Salut, c'est LittleBigSpy et bienvenue sur Remake.
My name is srN. I play for MIBRGC and we were top 2 at Champs last year.
Hey, I'm Jelly. I'm from Brazil and I play professional Valorant for MIBRGC.
Hello, I'm Jademwah. I'm in-game leader for SK Gaming.
Salut, c'est Yashi et bienvenue sur Remake.
Well, I started to play Valorant just as the beta came out in 2020, and it appealed to me a lot because I was someone who played a lot of Counter-Strike, but also I played a lot of other random games, right, where you're being creative, thinking a lot, and Valorant kind of combined the two of FPS and also of being a bit crazy, and it allowed me to express myself well.
I started playing Valorant in 2020 when the beta arrived in Brazil, and I thought the concept of the game was very cool, and that's the reason I started playing.
Alors j'ai commencé Valorant après la bêta, donc à la sortie officielle, et j'ai commencé juste parce que League of Legends ça me saoulait honnêtement et j'avais besoin de changer de jeu, donc c'était mon premier FPS et honnêtement j'ai kiffé, j'ai pas arrêté.
I started playing Valorant in around 2022, like at the start of the year. I played a lot of CSGO and TF2. I got invited from a friend to just try out Valorant for fun, see what the new FPS is about. I enjoyed it a lot and you know, as you can see, I'm still playing towards this day.
Donc moi j'ai commencé Valo début 2023, au début de l'épisode 6. À la base, je suis arrivé sur un serveur Discord. Ces personnes-là jouaient à Valorant et du coup je me suis dit vas-y, le jeu est gratuit, je vais tester. Tout de suite je suis parti en ranked et j'ai vite surpassé mes amis avec qui je jouais à l'époque.
I joined the Game Changers scene around 2022 as well. It was when I started playing Valorant. The friend who invited me to play was also building a little team to play the open qualifiers. It was my first tournament ever, so I was super excited for it. And since then, I've been playing Valorant on and off for like 2 years. And yeah, it's been amazing.
I joined the Game Changers scene not when it was completely new, but when it was pretty new in 2021. For some of the first tournaments, I just played with... I typed on Twitter, I'm like, LFT guys. I played in the random team, and from there, I proved myself, and I went up and up and up, basically.
Donc j'ai rejoint la scène GC tout récemment en septembre 2024. J'avais commencé par faire des scrims sur un serveur Discord comme ça pour le fun avec des mix. J'ai eu des opportunités de TO dans différentes équipes et au final j'en ai rejoint une avec laquelle on a beaucoup progressé et on a fait nos premiers tournois ensemble et c'était vraiment super. Et au final, maintenant, je suis plus dans cette équipe et j'ai rejoint Valkyrian là tout récemment.
I joined a Game Changers scene in 2022 when a friend of mine invited me to play some tournaments where the prizes were VPs. And then I started meeting people from the scene and I started playing with them. And at the age of 15, I was benched at a professional team, waiting for 16 to play at the league.
Alors j'ai rejoint la scène GC en septembre du coup 2022 avec mes premiers GC sous des mix et j'ai fait presque tous les tournois juste après du coup 2022.
The most memorable moment in my career was definitely Champs because it was my first time leaving Brazil. It was my first time visiting Poland and Berlin as well. And apart from that, we were top 2, so it was a big achievement for me and my team.
Alors moi, il y en a deux. Le tout premier, c'est lors de mon premier contrat que j'ai signé en janvier. Et ensuite, il y a eu du coup l'année passée, lors des GC 2, il me semble, où j'ai atteint le top 9 GC Playoff et du coup, c'était mon premier cash prize et c'est comme une réussite également.
I have two very memorable moments from my career. I guess the first one and the biggest one is definitely from the championship from 2024. It was such a joy to be there, and honestly, the opportunity to play against super good teams, the best teams in the world, is something unparalleled. And I mean, the second one, which kind of kickstarted everything, was from my first playthrough on open qualifiers. I was kind of scared of, starting playing on Game Changers scene because I'm trans and I didn't know if trans women were allowed in Game Changers, especially Brazil, because I had never seen anyone else play in there.
The most memorable moment in my career has to be when I played with Ascend, and we did a top 3 placement in the main event. But obviously now with SK Gaming, I'm looking to do much more than just one top 3 placement.
Je pense que le moment le plus marquant de ma carrière, en vrai, c'était quand j'ai joué contre Zerance à la RTS 4, parce que c'est une équipe que j'admire beaucoup. Les joueuses sont incroyables. Plus globalement, la RTS, c'est ça qui m'a le plus marqué, le fait de jouer en LAN et de rencontrer toutes les personnes que je peux connaître de Twitter, c'est hyper enrichissant et gratifiant en fait.
Yeah, I would say I look up to Kreia, our current head coach at SK, because he's someone, you know, when I first started playing in 2020, I followed the high level scene, and he was playing there on ninjas and pajamas and teams like this. So it's really interesting to work with a guy like that who has so much high level experience.
Il y en a beaucoup qui m'inspirent. En coach, sans hésiter, je pense à Golran, qui pour moi est le meilleur coach DGC. Et en joueuse, qui n'est plus sur la scène, c'est Claudia. Pour moi, c'est la meilleure IGL DGC sans aucune hésitation.
I look up to like two players, especially. My first one and most loved one is definitely Taihu. She was my first IGL, the first person who gave me a chance to play at the high level of professional Valorant. She was everything to me. She taught me a lot. She taught me a lot of Valorant, taught me a lot about life as well. And I care for her a lot. The second one is, you know, you might already guess, is Fluorescent. She is doing incredible things in Tier 1 Valorant and what she did in GC as well.
I have many inspirations in mind, but I want to mention only one. It's Fluorescent, because I admire her a lot and I would like to reach her level one day.
Je pense que la joueuse que j'admire le plus sur la scène GC, c'est Tway de Zéran Simint, qui est vraiment une joueuse exceptionnelle. Humainement, elle a une joie de vivre qui est hyper communicative et franchement, c'est juste un plaisir d'être entouré de cette personne. Elle est vraiment incroyable.
My goals for my future in the short, medium term is win the main events here in Brazil and win champs this year. And for the long term is definitely be in Tier 1.
Donc mes objectifs pour l'avenir, moi, c'est plutôt déjà de m'améliorer en tant que joueuse et de prendre de l'expérience, faire le plus de tournois possible. Mais à l'avenir, j'aimerais au moins me qualifier aux Contenders là dans la prochaine année.
My goals for the future is to keep competing. Honestly, I love competing a lot and it's in my blood, I think. I also want to get better. I also want to be the best version I can be of myself and the best version of a player I can be. And also one thing is I want to help Game Changers in Brazil grow. Right now it's in a weird state where it kind of grew for a while and then stopped. So I want to go back to growing, you know.
Mes objectifs du coup, c'est d'amener mon mix le plus haut possible. Si c'est pas avec eux, c'est moi. J'aimerais aller le plus haut possible forcément, être la meilleure IGL et atteindre le main event et pourquoi pas les champions juste après.
Goals for the future are pretty clear, right? It's to do as much as we can to win, and I really want to go to champions. Actually, it's not true. I played Project Queens, but I want to play on a real VCT LAN international against the top teams and, you know, see what I've got and keep improving from there.
Alors pour moi, la scène GC dans 5 ans, j'espère qu'elle aura disparu. Dans 5 ans, j'espère que les mentalités elles auront un peu plus évolué, qu'on aura plus de femmes en VCT mix en fait.
Well, in 5 years, I think there's a lot of talk about how the game changer scene might not need to exist at some point, right? Where women and others of marginalized genders feel more comfortable to compete in the space. Honestly, maybe I'm a sadist or something, but I'm not so sure about that, but I want to see at least, you know, there's a lot of people like Fluorescent, right, playing on VCT MEA. There's a lot more people like this who are on a high level doing good stuff, and I think the Game Changers is on the right path for sure.
I think that in 5 years, Game Changers will be in a completely different place than it is today. I think that the Game Changers things has grown a lot. The entry of Top 5 Rebellion in the Tier 2 scene in North America proves this. So I think that in 5 years, this level will grow even more. So I think we will have more people living the Game Changer scene as well as Fluorescent.
Je vois la CNJC dans 5 ans beaucoup plus développée. J'aimerais voir beaucoup plus d'orgues. J'aimerais bien voir beaucoup plus de tournois, de cash prize, de visibilité. Voir beaucoup plus de gens tout simplement parce que je trouve qu'elle est encore beaucoup trop petite pour ce qu'elle est.
I think Game Changers in 5 years could have a very interesting path. I love to think and I love to dream about Game Changers being a part of the partner teams and franchises. You know, as a requirement to be in franchise, you have to have a GC team. It would be incredible, absolutely incredible for everyone.
I would like to thank everyone who follows me and my team. Your support is very important to us to continue.
Si j'ai un message à faire passer, ce serait d'être soi-même. Au final, c'est ça la chose la plus importante dans la vie, c'est d'être soi et de s'accepter en fait. Avant de chercher l'acceptance des autres, il faut s'accepter soi-même. Et j'espère vraiment que s'il y a des gens qui me regardent, qui hésitent à à passer un cap sur quelque chose, à prendre une décision, que ça soit par rapport au genre ou non. Passez le cap, faites-vous confiance, écoutez-vous. J'ai mis beaucoup de temps à m'écouter et à m'assumer et maintenant que je m'assume de plus en plus, j'ai jamais été aussi heureux. Genre vraiment, c'est le fait de s'accepter soi-même, c'est la chose la plus importante qui soit. Et voilà, ayez confiance en vous, lancez-vous dans vos projets et j'espère vous voir sur le serveur bientôt.
Yeah, I was going to say, since this is for a Trans Day of Visibility, I want to say if anyone's watching this who's trans themselves like me and wants to go out and compete, I think go out there and do your things. You know, this place is great to compete. There's lots of nice people that you can find, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
J'ai 2 messages du coup. D'abord pour les personnes LGBT et trans, ne vous cachez pas pour ce que vous êtes, vivez et vous en foutez du regard des autres. Si vous voulez jouer les GC en étant femme transgenre, faites-le. N'ayez pas peur, personne ne vous jugera, surtout nous. Et si j'ai un message pour les filles GC, c'est continuer et persévérer, c'est le travail qui paye, n'oubliez pas.
A little special message for everyone who's watching this video is, just keep being yourself, be who you want to be, and don't let people discourage you of being who you want to be. People don't have a say in your life, it's you only. And honestly, if you also want to compete in Valorant, compete in GC, just in Valorant in general as well, give it a try. The whole community is super welcoming. Riot is amazing as well. So if you want to compete or you want to be a part of the JC community, just give it a try. You're gonna love it. And yeah, thank you for watching.